Hi Libras, welcome to Tarot-blee Accurate. This is your love reading for April 5th through May 5th. So if this is your first time tuning in, thanks so much for coming. I hope you come back again. And if it's not, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate all your likes, shares, subscribes, all of your comments that you leave me. It's very wonderful. I really appreciate all of that. So, the reason why we're doing a love reading on its own is just because that's the area where people seem to need the most focus and attention, and your general readings won't come out for another week or so. So if you maybe watch this and some of the energies haven't hit yet because it is for a whole month, you might want to go back and watch last month's general reading just because. Skip ahead to the love parts just because those might be hitting now. For a whole month's time, it's a little bit difficult and interesting kind of to see where things take you. So this is for your sun, moon, or rising. You might want to get in the habit of checking your moon signs. You might go on Google and figure that out just because those, for love specifically, are a little bit more in tune to like your emotions and what's going on with you that way. So that would be my recommendation. But your sun sign works as well. Maybe get both sides of the coin there. Or sometimes people like to look at their potential mate or their mate's sign too. So anyway, moving on. We're going to start with singles for Libras, and then we're going to do couples right after. So feel free to skip ahead if you need to. But as I was sitting here going through all of the first minute stuff, the little updates, letting you know what this video is about, a couple cards jumped out for you. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Let's get a few more cards. Whoa, this one jumps right out. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Wands, and then the Hierophant, and the Four of Swords. Okay. So I'm actually going to, I already know what this whole spread right here is about. So if you are not currently in the process of a breakup or have just finished a breakup and have been single for a while, I'll do that next for singles, but this is going to be broken down into two parts because this is a very specific story for a certain set of people, and I think this is people who are just starting to break up, or you just recently broke up and you broke up because there was dishonesty in the relationship, and you put a lot of thought into this, you put a lot of emotion into it, and you really tried to make it work, and you were kind of like, you know what, do I even want to know the truth, because the truth seems to be pretty horrible about what's going on with my partner. Is this something I can brush under the rug? Can I give them the benefit of the doubt? And you realize, no, I can't keep giving to this situation. I have been too focused on trying to make this work when really maybe I just need to let it go. Maybe I need to look at other options, and you haven't even actually been looking at other options yet. Because you don't think that that's fair, you don't think it's the right thing to do, it's untraditional, like if you are in the process of a divorce or if you're thinking about seeking one, you finally made up your mind to get one, dating isn't even on your mind because technically you're still married. You haven't taken enough time to rest and really figure out, who you are, what it is that you need. You haven't taken out that time for yourself yet. But you have dishonesty here. In the past, you really did try to think it through and get a clear idea. You were just giving too much to the relationship. You're not doing it anymore. You're looking ahead, and you're like, you know what? I am going to be as traditional and fair as possible in this situation. But you're not just going to sit around and stay in a relationship that sucks so much for you right now. You're just not. You're not going to just like sit back and see how things fall at this point. So you're actively exiting. But for the rest of you who are single, who have been single, what's going on for you? Again, dishonesty. So who's lying though? Are you lying or is somebody else lying to you? Um, well, I think you've got a pretty good head on your shoulders. You are looking for stability and passion and honesty and happiness, but you might not be finding it. But this is something you have had in the past, and you're looking backwards, and you're hoping to find that. You want to have a very fulfilling, loving relationship with someone special, but like you are kind of meeting liars. You're meeting people who aren't honest. You're meeting people who don't have the same framework of mind that you have. You're meeting people who are just not good teammates, okay? That's what this card is about. Your Five of Wands in reverse. Like you're meeting people who are just not good partners for you. So how do you change that? You can't quit. You can't stop going out looking for partners. You just have to keep putting the work in and meeting new people and getting to know them. And then when you find out that they're a liar, say goodbye. But then, just keep trying. And it's saying, really focus on the good things. Focus, for example, on the fact that now you can, what is that saying? Like, a tiger can't change its stripes. You're getting real good at finding the tiger in the jungle, that kind of thing. So everything that you're going through, all of the people that you're dating and you're meeting, like you're getting quicker at ascertaining like who they really are. But the King of Cups is, in your future. I don't want to say that he's coming for you before May 5th because he's looking ahead. He's looking off into the distance. He's not quite looking at you yet. But when could you maybe expect him to come? When you get real clear and decisive about what it is that you want. Some of you aren't really clear on what you want, so you keep attracting these people that kind of, like, you think you know what you want, and then like they want to be that person for you. And so sometimes that's why they lie. Sometimes it's silly white lies. But like you don't really know exactly what it is that you want in a partner, and so that's why you can't really attract them. And then some of you are just not trying hard enough to get out there and meet new people. So it's not really giving me any specifics as to time. Sometimes tarot does that, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it depends upon you to make a change or do something different. I feel like you have to go through some emotional growth and like being real and honest with yourself and kind of getting in your mind what it is that you want to find, because then the universe can bring that to you through the law of attraction. That's kind of what has to happen before you attract that to yourself. So for those of you who, and if you don't know about the law of attraction, I'm sure there's like a bajillion videos on it on YouTube. I think Netflix has a documentary on it too. Anyway, Barnes & Noble has books, lots of resources. You guys know how the internet works. Okay, so anyway, for those of you who are coupled, a couple cards just jumped right out face down, so I'll pull those out and flip them over in a moment. But then we also have the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the World card. Okay, so the two cards that were upside down right here. So it's just saying, for those of you who are coupled and you are unhappy, which I feel like is more of you than those of you who are happy, unfortunately, and Libras, I know you coupled Libras have just had a rough few months. What the cards are saying here is there are friends, family, people around you who love you, who want to help you. There are also resources available for you. So, and I'm saying that now because coming down the pipe here, some of you are leaving a marriage. Some of you are just like taking your ish and you're like out of here because you know that the world has much more to offer you than the crappy situation and relationship that you're in and that you have been in. I feel like last month a lot of you started to kind of go, okay, now I am going to make a choice. I am going to leave. But like, it's more about like, this was a thought then, right? You hadn't put your plan into action yet. This month you might start doing that. But it's because there's a lot of fear that you can't do it. Like, that you need your partner in one way or another, like in the day to day, maybe not necessarily in your presence, but like maybe you can't afford to live on your own. Maybe you're afraid of anything like that kind of like upset your stability or your home life. And so that's been an issue. But there are resources and things available to you. You just have to make a point of like finding them and then not being too proud to accept help. So right now you're really trying to hold on to like all of the things that are stable and reliable in your life at this time. You're really like holding close the things that really, really matter to you. And you really just, at this point, you don't want to fight. You don't want to have to defend yourself. But at the same time, I'll show you the cards as we're going along here. But at the same time, like, you just know that you're really, really unhappy. Like, you know that the person that you're with is just not your match anymore. Like, at this point, they cannot do a thing to get you excited to be with them, to get you passionate, to make you happy. Like, you're just like, bye, see ya, getting in my boat, and I'm getting the F out of here, because the world has way more to offer me than you do. Like, you can never be my sunshine again. You just can't. Like, it's just not there. It's not coming back. I don't even want it to come back at this point. Like, that's how it's going. But for the rest of you who are couples who are not in that situation, although I feel like it's a little more than half of you that are watching this video, unfortunately, let's find out what's going on for the happily coupled Libras out there for April 5th through May 5th. That's the trouble with general readings, is that it's hard to give specifics for a large population of people. But we've got the King of Pentacles for you, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So this is kind of interesting. I want to pull one more card for clarity on that Three of Pentacles in reverse. Got the Ace of Swords. Oh, okay. This is very, very strange. Now, a lot of Pentacles. So all about stability, home life, money, things like that for you. So one of you, how do I describe this? Okay. So initially, the month starts and you're kind of like feeling good. If you're trying to get pregnant, you're like uber fertile right now. Some of you are involved with like a Taurus who kind of just seems like very stable. I mean, they're an earth sign, like always very stable, just kind of like reliable. Like, you seem pretty happy with that initially. But then there comes a moment when you're just like, wait a minute though, like, is there passion there? Like, do they actually make me happy, or am I like attracted to the stability and things like that? And so like right now, it's kind of like your partner is looking at you maybe, and you're kind of just like, eh. And, like, while things are not horrible, some of you are also kind of thinking like about maybe divorces. Like, so I guess it must have been more than 60%. It felt like a 60-40 split, but I think maybe some of you are just handling this in different ways, whereas some of you who are coupled are like actively making your plan and like you're being honest about it. And then for others of you, maybe this is more of just a thought, like thinking about divorce because of dishonesty. And it's like, one person really is just like feeling very, like, well, I win, and watching the other people like walk away or suffer. Like, they just want to feel like so, like, well, it sucks, but I'm winning, But all of this is really about finding later like happiness and stability and like being able to like, have like a very good life and like provide for your children and like, retire well and all of these things. Like, you're starting to think about those things and you're like, okay, so maybe my partner is like very stable and kind of has their stuff together, and like those are definitely values and like things that I want for my life and for the life of my children and for the life of my pets. Some of you have 2 dogs, it looks like. um, but then, but like right now, you're just kind of like, wait a minute, like, is this what I want? Because like my partner is always lying to me, and then when I bring it up, they're like, no, I'm always right. They always have an excuse. They always have like an explanation for something. And you're like, okay, so should I just take that because, in the end, this is where I want to be and just kind of be like emotionally detached and unavailable? Or should I stay? So you're starting to think about those things. And, you have the same card that the other set of couples had here, where it's like you're just probably not going to find that passion and creativity and joy again, unfortunately, with this person. Wow, that's really a bummer. I hate to say it. But what's coming down the road for you then, if you decide to stay? Eventually what's going to happen is you're going to turn away and you're going to be, kind of resentful, but open to new opportunities. And if you leave, if you have this conversation sooner than later, justice will be served. Like, if you were not the one in the relationship who was lying, who was always right, who, wanted to, was hurting the other person without really tremendous regard for their feelings, without really caring, without communicating, things might be bad for you. But if you were more, trying to make it work and initially giving them the benefit of the doubt and trying to be really fair, then things go super fair for you. Like if you just say, okay, bye, and you leave, things end up going very well for you. Things end up to be very fair. This little stack just all flipped out at once. So things that you're realizing right now. Maybe you're not as happy as you expected to be, as happy as you thought. Maybe your partner is not the person that you thought they were. They're kind of a narcissist. They're really arrogant. And initially, when they're like, hey, I'm so great, everybody thinks I'm great, you're like, wow, you are really great. And you thought that, but now you see them in a different light. And that makes you go, don't know if I want to be there. But, things will go very well for you. Especially in June, you can experience a victory here, and whatever that means to you, whether that's getting what you want in the divorce, getting a divorce, or making the relationship work if you're going to try to fight for that and stay in it, or whatever that means to you, victory about June will come. But it's saying then you also need to be very level-headed and balanced and find the place in between your daydreams and what is real, reality, and what's realistic, and what it is that you fantasize about, what you want, okay? So if you'd like a personal private reading, my information is all in the description box below on how to contact me, but otherwise, I will see you very soon for your general readings. Bye, Libras. Mwah. Sorry for the sad news.